Next game up is Carver Mobb versus T-Max. Carver's coming in off of a win over Grind Time, and T-Max coming off of a win to Never Scared. What would you say about this T-Max team at this point in time right now?
When they have their full squad, they can compete with anybody. But obviously, they don't have two of their main players on this field right now. So everybody else has to step up. Ralph, Kaz, Jay Will, Steph, all of these guys has to step up. They will have their quarterback Sim playing in this game.
Which is they're going to use the exempt player
Yeah.
roster spot for Semi.
Yes.
So they're able to add him this week. But that's their lock. So
yes.
that's their last player.
So other than him, now they're locked with what they have. So they've been playing quarterback musical chairs throughout the season. So if things don't work out with Sim, I think that they have a lot of problems moving forward.
And you got Carver Mobb, who is right now undefeated. If they beat T-Max, they will beat everybody in their division and lock up number 1 seed. Regardless of what they do with their last 2 games on the out-of-division game, they lock up the number 1 seed. Chuck has been playing great. Guy has 13 touchdowns, only 1 interception. He threw his first interception in the shot last week versus Grind Time. But bigger than that, Sal has been playing on an MVP level. Definitely killing on both sides of the ball. 5 touchdowns so far this season, 3 interceptions. I believe he leads the team in receptions. He's been playing great both sides of the ball, and I think he's the main reason why Carver's still undefeated.
This will be his best year in 2 years, so it seems like the last 2 years he's
definitely an all-star. This will be his first all-star.
And he's been improving every year he's played. It's crazy because now he has MVP-like numbers playing on both sides of the field, leading the charge, everybody else following his lead and with their play. And like you said, one of the reasons why they're undefeated right now.
First down with blocker from Ricky. Chuck throws it to Weston. It got picked off by Khalil. T-Max gets the ball. If you look here, nobody's guarding Chris on the sideline, but Chuck misses him. Khalil with the big pick. T-Max get a cursing flag. But it doesn't matter. It's happening right now. Getting the interception. Chuck's 2nd interception of the year.
And if you look at this play right here, Chris, which everybody calls Gronk on the sideline, is wide open, and he's fast enough to get a few yards in the first down. But he saw something with Wes, his probably one of his greatest receivers that he's ever played with, on the sideline. But this pass is very low, where Khalil can get to it. Great interception coming out of nowhere for the big play for T-Max.
Sim throws the Dre in the gap for a decent game. 3rd down, Sim throws around from the gap to get them to the 45-yard line. Last down, Sim throws the Cos on the sideline low. Knocked away by Tommy. Turnover on down. T-Max can't capitalize on Carver's mistake, and they're going to turn over the ball.
This is something that they can't afford. They get a big play by Khalil. They have the opportunity to put some points on the board with this drive, and they can barely move the ball in this drive right here. That is not a good look on your first outing on offense.
2nd down with blocker from Ricky. Chuck throws the West in the gap for a decent game. 3rd down, on 4 rush. Throws the Femi in the middle for a decent game, getting him to the 15-yard line. Last down, Chuck is blitzed by Kaz. Throws the side and backed off in the back of the end zone. Picked off by Khalil again. Khalil's 2nd interception of the day, making Chuck look regular. Great play by T-Max defense.
And this is the 2nd play where Khalil comes and snatches the ball. In the 2nd drive in a row. I've never seen one guy do that to Chuck in this league ever. And you see it here, easily done by Khalil. I don't know what Chuck we're seeing right now. This is not the normal Chuck to throw 2 interceptions to the same guy in 2 separate drives in a row.
Sim throws to Jay Will on the sideline for a decent game. 3rd down, Sim is blitzed by AJ. Baby picks him up. Sim throws to Jay Will on the sideline for a decent game, picking up the 1st down and starting to get into rhythm. 2nd down, Sim is blitzed by Ricky. Rolls left, but is sacked by Mijo. Teammates can't get any further. They'll have to punt. That is a great blitz by Ricky. He's one of the best in the game, and Mijo's a guy who can bring an impact at the ball giver position. And once again, they're not able to capitalize on a turnover.
And on this one, this is protection here. Sim playing for the first time in this league right now. Obviously is not prepared because he comes in not protected. He's not comfortable in the pocket, and he's trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, Mijo's prepared and gets a sack. That's a big defensive play by Carver Mobb there.
Chuck throws the Sal in the middle. Passes low, but caught by Sal for a decent game. 3rd down, Chuck throws the Sal, cutting in the gap. Passes high. Tipped by Sal, almost picked up by Marquise. Last down, Chuck with blocker from Ricky. Throws the West in the middle for a nice game. Pick up the 1st down. If you look here, Marquise leaves him at the last second. Chuck is struggling. He doesn't look like his regular self. One thing about this T-Max team, they have speed on their defense, and they're able to jump routes. Great play by them, but they get the 1st down. Chuck on 4 rush throws a Femi open in the middle for a nice gain. Kai's head doesn't slide, leaving him open. Third down, Chuck is blitzed by Marquise, who's picked up by Ricky. Chuck throws a cable in the gap, getting him to the 10-yard line. Last down, Chuck with blocker from Ricky, scrambles, throws a side in the middle, low, incomplete, turnover on downs. Great defensive stop by T-Max, taking us into the half. Zip, zip, game aside.
And one thing I got to say about T-Max, on one side, you have an offense that's struggling. Sim in his first outing here, not able to get settled on offense because he's not getting the time that he needs and is not looking comfortable in the pocket. But he's being held down by the defense of this T-Max team, with them putting pressure on Chuck, forcing 2 interceptions, and them keeping Chuck on his toes, keeping him moving, and keeping him inaccurate in the out there on the field. So I think that they have a shot if they get their offense going. Their defense is playing terrific. They need more of this as they move along the second half.
And we finally found, if I'm Carver, I don't know who this Chuck is. Pams needs to get on him because this is the Chuck we saw from last year. Making certain mistakes, making ill-advised throws. I mean, he's missing receivers. The ball he threw to West in the gap, he had Chris open here. The pass that the second pickoff he threw, the one that he threw to Sal in the end zone, Khalil's able to pick it off. You know, then on the next drive, he got blocking by Ricky, scrambles, throws the sign, is low. He doesn't look like the regular Chuck, and it seems like he's affected by this speed defense. We have to find a way to slow the game down for Chuck. It's sad to say that with the greatest offensive mind of all time, but we have to make it a little simplified for him. We got to find other guys going to have to step up because this team has speed. Chuck has to get help from his offense. Ricky's buying him time, but he got to be able to complete some passes. We've seen him not look great, and this is the first time we've seen this. We got to find a way to turn it around because if not, they could give us our first loss of the season. T-Max is going to get the ball, but they're not able to do nothing. They're going to have to punt coming out of the first half. Second down, Chuck is blitzed by Marquise, who's blocked by Ricky. Chuck throws a cable on the sideline for a decent gain. Third down, on 4 rush, Chuck throws a cable in the gap, getting him to the 15-yard line. Last down, Chuck is blitzed and tagged by Kaz, but T-Max is flagged for illegal blitz. Half the distance replay all down. What do you think of the call?
This is a clear play, a clear flag because they already blitzed previously with Marquise on the same drive, and because of that, it seems like they miscommunicated and they're going for the blitz here. They catch Carver off guard, but only because they knew that there was not another blitz, and because of that, they get half the distance there.
Chuck, with blocker from Ricky, throws a sign in the corner end zone. Pass is caught, but ref said he didn't land in bounds. Turnover on down. What do you think of the call before we tell you the other play?
And on this play here, this was a close play right here. If you see, Sal gets the ball at the edge of the end zone. He leans out to catch the ball. As he leads out in the end zone, it seems like his foot is either tapping the ground or is in the air. It's really hard to see when you look at it frame by frame. The refs are seeing it in fast motion. They don't see his feet tap before his knee taps out of bounds, so they call it out of bounds. No touchdown there on that play.
Kaz is ejected for cursing. Kaz gets ejected for cursing, and this CMX team gotta learn to. When you go to a league, you gotta know the rules. You just can't curse. There is no way this team is not capable of not cursing. They already lost 15 yards earlier, now they use Kaz. That's a big ejection. Second down, Semi throws the J-Ball on the sideline, decent game. Third down, Semi is blitzed and sacked by AJ. If you look here, Baby gets caught with the Ricky fake. AJ comes from the sideline. T-Max have to punt. Carver's the best team in the game at this. Ricky's the best fake blitzer person in the game. And I just created that fake blitzer person.
Yeah.
Catch Baby, not paying attention, and Ricky knew he had him. Once he set this up, great play by them, turnover down.
And the thing is, Ricky didn't
they have to punt, I'm sorry.
And the funny thing is, Ricky didn't really have to do much to fake them. All he has to do was show his presence out there. They usually see Ricky coming off the blitz here, but one thing that Carver's been doing all season to almost every team that they face, they use this blitz on the sideline by AJ. And almost every single team they've done it to, they've caught on it. And this is a big play to force the punt yet again on another team here.
First down, Chuck on 4 rush, steps up as no more dives around Ricky. No more just missing the tag. Chuck throws a cable for a decent game. Second down, Chuck is blitzed by Marquis, steps up, throws a cable, high, incomplete. Third down, with blocker from Ricky. Chuck throws the side in the gap for a decent game, getting to the 7-yard line. Last down,
Yeah, same thing.
you're gonna have this. You gotta stay with me on this. They're positioned in the cone. They put the cone down. It looks like Jay Will. They send the cone with the ref. Chuck calls height once an offside. The ref is counting. After he gets to a certain count, Chuck is still looking for the flag. They get caught. He stops the play. It got a commotion, all that. Now it was assumed that no more made the tag. Turn over the ball. Gotta live in a stop. No more never tags him. Refs get caught with their pants down. Because it's all refs. Me included, I'm a ref. And Carver gets stopped. Now the crazy thing about this is these mistakes we usually see going Carver's way. For some weird reason, it goes, you can't blame Team X for this. It's not Team X's fault. The ref missed it. Of course the team, let me tell you something. One thing I learned about these players in the game, these guys lie like a rug. They were screaming that they tagged them. They were screaming you can't end the play because no more tagged them. No more never tagged.
Not at all.
Now, that's going to lose credibility as far as the ref going forward. He'll never trust him again. But he did get caught here, and this is one time we've seen a call going against Carver. When we usually see them get the benefit of certain calls, it went against them this time.
But the funny thing is, it all started because Carver's up to their usual tricks trying to catch the defense off guard.
Correct.
But if you look here, the ref kind of dropped the ball here because he has the guy setting up the ball, setting up the cone. He's supposed to kill the play right there if anything happens. Kill the play. He lets the play go. Chuck thinks that he's getting offsides. He doesn't. And then they kill the play dead. And then Carver loses the ball to Team X. So because it started with Carver starting their usual shenanigans, catching defense off guard, and they end up losing the ball. That's all on the refs, but that usually goes in Carver's favor, and this time it clearly doesn't.
And it's a high-intensity game. I've been here, and sometimes you catch a brain freeze. It happens. It's a high-intensity game. You got 30 guys yelling at you, 30 guys calling you at once. You're going to get froze, and that's what happens. But Carver loses the ball. Remember, the game is still zip. Sim gets the ball. He throws it out on the sideline for a decent game. Second down, Sim is blitzed by Ricky. Throws to J-Will, who has a step on time in the sideline. Caught for a big gain in the first down. This is the J-Will we need to see. J-Will falls out his bed with talent. There's no way he's not involved in the offense. Great big play by him. Simeon second down, throws deep to J-Will, cutting in the end zone, overthrown, incomplete. Third down, Semi's blitzed by Tommy. Blocked by Baby and Ralph. Sim throws the Marquise in the middle, picked off by Femi, giving Carver back the ball.
And if you look at this play here, great defensive play by Femi. If you look, Sim is trying to get to Marquise here, but if you look here, there's other receivers open shorter. He could have thrown it out a little bit sooner. He goes for this play with Marquise. Femi reads it all the way and just comes and snatches that ball out of his hands. Great interception by Femi, playing great defense out there. What a very needed play by Carver, who's struggling on offense. They get some defense out there to put them back on the field.
First down, Chuck with blocker from Ricky. No more just misses the big tag. Chuck runs in the gap for a nice game, picking up the first down. And the old man showing he can still win. Just like Tom Brady. That's his idol. So he could do the semblance of Tom, what Tom could do. I think Chuck is a little faster than Tom Brady, but great run by Chuck making a play.
I mean, that's unfair because Tom Brady wears like, what, 20 pounds worth of equipment?
I think Chuck could beat him in a foot race.
I don't know. Put all that equipment on him and let's see how fast he runs. I don't think a lot of people can compete with how NFL people run.
Bottom line though, Chuck got them the first down.
True.
Chuck throws the cable in, cutting in the gap for DC and getting him to the 15-yard line. Chuck with a quick pass to Grump in the gap to get him to the 1-yard line. Second and goal, Chuck finds Sound, the corner end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Sim leaves the corner, 6-0, Carver Mobb.
And this is the one play that probably one of the worst defensive plays of the whole game. Because other than this, Team X have been playing terrific defense out there. And on this play, Sim, the person who's already struggling on offense, leaves the corner on defense and gives away the touchdown to probably their best offensive player.
But come on, it was at the 1-yard line.
Yes, but again, this is fourth. What down was it?
Second down.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
So if it was a fourth down play, that's different. But fundamentals, you do not leave the corner. That's exactly what Sim does. He leaves the corner, leaving their best receiver all season, guy who has MVP numbers, and you leave him open. Definite touchdown. You think Chuck is going to miss that? After struggling all throughout the game, you give him an easy touchdown with that pass there.
6-0 Carver Mobb. Sim is blitzed by Ricky. Runs for a decent game, get him to the 50-yard line. Second down with blocker from Baby. Sim throws the step on the sideline. Passes tipped by Mijo at Gibber. Dirt with the pick. Ending the game 6-0. If you look here, Dre's open in the middle for the first down. They miss him. Carver comes away with the win and the division. 6-0 over Team X.
The fact that Carver won this game 6-0 bothers me on both sides. One, I've never seen Carver play this bad on offense ever since they joined the league. I've never seen this. 6-0. Chuck throwing 2 interceptions to the same person in 2 straight drives in the beginning of the game. I don't know what happened on that. Then Chuck struggling throughout the game to put up points. Sometimes they can't even get the first down.
Yeah.
I don't understand how this happened with receivers like West, probably one of the best receivers to put on sneakers. Then you have Sal, MVP numbers out there all season. Then you have AJ, a two-way player that can make plays happen. Then you have Cable Guy, another offensive veteran for Carver Mobb. Cabby, who you barely heard in this game, period. You didn't hear his presence at all. Then you have Gronk, who got like 2 passes all game. So I don't know what's going on with this Carver Mobb offense. This was looking totally different from any game that they've played, but they still win. This is why I say it looks bad on both sides. Team X, even though they played terrific defense out there, hats off to them.
They stopped the number one
offense in the game. You stopped them to 6 points. I don't see no team doing that. But your offense gets shut out in this game, which is worse than anything else that could happen in this game.
You just use your last exempt spot for a quarterback who still couldn't score.
Yes, and that's exactly right. You lose your last exempt spot to bring in Sim for him not to be prepared, to get him caught with his pants down throughout the whole game, not able to score, sometimes not even able to get the first down. One, I don't think that they prepared him right for this game. They didn't prepare him for the blitz. They didn't prepare him for the pressure. They didn't prepare him by getting guys open early in the pocket.
Agreed.
A lot of things they did not prepare him for. Again, this is a defensive league right here. A lot of leagues cannot say that. So you got to get your quarterback prepared. I don't think Sim was prepared after them letting Steph play the last 2 games, 1.5 games, I believe.
Yeah.
And Tim, in the other game, when Tim missing. So I think that if Tim was here, this would probably be a different game. But again, you play with who you have, and they weren't able to step up to beat Carver Mobb when they were only able to hold them to 6 points. That is a travesty that they couldn't come away with this win here.
Team X had the defensive firepower to stay with Carver. They proved it. Carver had their whole team. They were just missing Boo Boo. That was it. But once again, their offense comes back and hurts them again. Semi's a quarterback that plays with Monsters, Inc. He's one of the quarterbacks. He's, I believe, their B quarterback. But I think she should have went with Steph in the second half. It was obvious it wasn't working. Steph brings more high intensity. Steph takes more chances, which is sometimes not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And if I recall, Steph won their last game. They went with Semi and they lost. This team is searching for an identity and they haven't found it yet. All right, we're going to wrap this game up. Carver coming away with the win and they lock the division #1 seed. They'll be guaranteed a first round bye. They beat Team X 6-0. We'll be right back. Next game up, we're going to have Raiders versus Team X. Team X coming off of a loss to Carver, 6-0 that we just saw. And Raiders coming off of a loss to Harbor Humans. Raiders haven't played the way we expected them to play this season. But, we expect them to, be able to turn it around in the next few games. They're battling for a top seed now that Carver locked up the #1 seed. Everybody else is battling for second. I think the Raiders have a lot of talent. It all comes down to JJ, and this kid will definitely up there for Rookie of the Year. This kid is a beast.
So JJ's going to start at quarterback. You know, I like JJ, a quarterback that, you know, can throw well at the pocket and run when he needs to. They're going to need that performance against this Team X team who just came away off of a loss to Carver Mobb. So they have to play, you know, they have to play. And obviously Team X is going to come looking for a win after losing a close game to Carver. So Raiders have to be prepared for this game. If they want to win, they have to play efficiently. They have to be consistent. And JJ has to make some accurate throws if they want to come away with a win against Team X, who played great defense the last game.
If I'm Team X, we got to prove that we belong here. Some people even saying this team doesn't even belong in the league. That's ill disrespect. You can't have Ralph, Jay Will, Tim, you know what I mean, Marquise, and the rest of these guys, and people think that you don't even belong here. There's something wrong with that. That is the highest form of disrespect ever. And it's time for Team X to start showing these guys why they belong in this league. We're going to jump right in the game. Raiders get the ball first. They're going to pass it on the first down on the kickoff. They're going to go 4-0. Second down, after a short pass, JJ runs on 4 rush to get them to the 10-yard line. Third down, JJ's blitzed by Kaz, finds Brian in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Elbow gets the extra point, 7-0 Raiders.
And they start off early. JJ able to make some accurate throws out the pocket as he rolls right. So this is something that you're going to see more of with JJ, knowing how to get past the defense, expecting the blitz, getting this protection, knowing how to roll around it, and making a throw to Brian in the back of the end zone. They need to see more of that, but that's the first touchdown there.
Second down, Sim is blitzed by Joel. Takes a shot downfield. The ball is tipped by JJ, incomplete. Third down, Sim on 4 rush, rolls right, throws to J. Will on the sideline. That's going to be dropped. Last down, Sim throws it up to J. Will on the sideline. Off target, incomplete. Khalil's open for the first down, and he missed them. Turnover down.
And it seems like the mistakes that he kind of had in the first game
carrying
over in this game, because first downs is not something you want to get away from. It's something that you want to miss by taking chances downfield on an offense that you haven't been able to actually play well with, and you miss an open pass for the first down to go downfield, taking a shot, and it leads to a turnover here.
With blocking from Joel, JJ runs in the gap, pitches to Joel on the sideline, who gets a nice gain to the 20-yard line. Third down, JJ throws a Simon in the back of the end zone, picked off by Marquise, giving the ball back to Team X. Marquise is a former player. He used to play a few years ago. He's a great defensive player. He has the ability to make plays on that side of the ball. Great play by him there.
And one thing I could say is their defense is actually carrying over. Their offense is doing the same, but their defense is able to hold the Raiders after that one touchdown that they gave away. Hopefully, we get to hold so their offense can recover.
Second down, Sim throws to Marquise on the sideline, high, incomplete. Third down, Sim throws to Khalil, cutting in the middle. Khalil with a nice one-handed catch for a decent gain. That guy went up and caught that ball. You got to give him that. Had to re-show this play. Last down, Sim throws deep to Marquise on the sideline. Drop. Turnover on downs. Marquise is a great defensive player. Has no business playing offense. He's never been a great offensive player. Doesn't have great hands. Big turnover.
And the thing about this is, you see Khalil doing everything that he can to help them move the ball. Listen, he has a few interceptions on defense last game, but now he's making some plays on offense. Look for him more in the slots, cutting downfield. Sim has to give himself a good safety valve or target short. He's taking too many chances, and because of that, they lead into easy turnovers out there.
JJ with blocking from Will, runs on the sideline for a decent gain, getting him to the 15-yard line. Third down, JJ throws a Simon in the gap to get them to the 3-yard line. Last down, JJ throws a Simon, cutting in the back of the end zone, picked off by Ralph. Team-X gets the ball, but Ralph, thinking the play is dead, pitches it. Brian with the catch, touchdown, 13-0. What happened?
The argument here by Ralph after the play was that once he intercepts the ball in the end zone, the play should be dead. But we all know in most TFL leagues, when you catch the ball, you can pitch it and decide to run at any given moment, so the play is still live. As you see, Brian is going to tag him, but then he sees the ball come out. So he reacts, catches the ball, touchdown. To the point where a lot of his guys are looking at him like, what are you doing? That was unnecessary. They had the ball. Let yourself get tagged. Why do you think that the play is dead? Usually that doesn't happen. You get tagged in the end zone.
Wasn't no whistle, nothing.
He didn't hear a whistle, and again, you play the whistle too. He didn't do that, and because of that, it leads to them getting a touchdown that was started from a turnover.
He's a veteran. I'm surprised that he made this play. We all been accustomed. We all got caught up once in a while, but I have to make him a member of Bonehead University. It's a bonehead play. I'm surprised for Ralph because he's a veteran, but sometimes you make mistakes. I've been there, you've been there.
Yeah.
It just happened at the worst time after a big stop. But I know the Raiders will take it. They're not giving it back. 13-0 them. After getting the first down, Sem on 4 rushes, sacked by JJ. Third down, Sem throws to Marquise in the gap. Brian gets his hands on it, incomplete. Last down, Sem throws it to Steph. Steph throws it up, tipped and picked by JJ, giving the Raiders back the ball. Another stop by them.
That's unfortunate because no matter how hard the defense plays, okay, yes, they had a hiccup with that mistake by Ralph, but officially they only gave up 7 points out here. The defense has to reply and put up points, and it seems like Sim cannot figure out how.
The defense has to reply?
The offense, sorry. The offense has to reply, and it seems like Sim cannot figure out how to drive the ball downfield, and it leads to them getting the ball back, throwing another interception out there.
JJ throws to Brian in the gap for a nice game, pick up the first, but the Raiders can't do anything else. Takes us into the half, 13-0 Raiders.
Like I just said, Team X only gave up officially 7 points on defense. They make an interception and then give up 6 points afterwards. But that's not even the worst part of the game. Sim, at quarterback, their exempt quarterback, hasn't scored since he first stepped on the field against Carver. That's not a good look for them. They have to make a change because to even finish this game the way that they're playing against a team that they should be beating right now, that's not a way that you continue this game. Steph is there. I would put him in, and I'm hearing rumors that, towards the end of the half, they decided to put in Steph. I think that they need a change in the middle of this game if they want to come away with a win. They are down 2 touchdowns, one that wasn't really their fault. So at the end of the day, they need points and they need it fast. They need a change, and hopefully Steph can make something happen in the second half.
If I'm Raiders, I don't care who they got throwing. I don't care their problems. I don't care what's going through. We're trying to capitalize and win this game. We are still in the running for the number 2 seed. So we got to win out today. We already got a tough game next with IOD. We're trying to win this game and make it as easy and simple as possible. We'll take that mistake that they made to give us another score, and at the end of the day, we're trying to come away with a win. Second half, Steph comes in the game. Steph is going to get blitzed and sacked by Joel. After getting the first down, Steph throws to Dre open on the sideline for a decent game. Third down, Steph is blitzed by Joel, who gets through Baby. Steph is sacked. Team X has to punt. Baby's complaining. He don't think Steph got sacked. What do you think?
I think that this is a close play. On this play right here, I don't have the angle where I can actually see the tag because it's right in front of me here. But they're not supposed to be getting through Baby. Baby's job is to block for the quarterback, and he's not giving Steph any time. It seems like that's carrying over from Sim struggling in the pocket because they weren't able to really protect him out there. And this is another showing of Baby not able to block and give Steph enough time in the pocket here.
JJ on 4 rush with blocker for Will, runs in the gap for a decent game. Second down, JJ's blitzed by Marquise, who's blocked by Will. JJ runs, but it's tagged short by Marquise. Raiders have to punt. I think they're most likely trying to run out the clock because they didn't really move the ball at all. They mostly was running the ball, short plays. I think that was a part of their strategy.
Yeah, but my thing is Team X has to play against it regardless. So this is a good stop to keep them to not make them get too much yardage, get the ball back. They have to find a way to score, but this is their defense trying their best to hold on this drive right here.
Steph on second down throws to Ralph on the sideline for a decent game. After getting the first down, Steph throws to J-Will on the sideline for a nice game. Second down, Steph throws to Ralph in the gap, getting him to the 7-yard line. Third down, Steph throws to Marquise in the gap. With contact from Joel and Brian, the pass is dropped. Team X believe this is a catch. What do you think of the play?
They were complaining, saying that that it was in Marquise's hands and the play was blown dead right after he catches the ball. But if you look here, if you slow it down, and I'm gonna leave the sound on. He has one hand on it, but he doesn't have full control. As the contact comes in, he loses the ball. Then as the ball is in the air, that's when the whistle's blown. So as the whistle's blown, the ball is in the air, nobody has possession of it. That's ruled incomplete because the play literally was incomplete. So because it's ruled like that and the whistle's blown with the ball in the air, the player stands on the field incomplete.
It's amazing because the staff, myself included, were yelled at because they said if you blew the whistle, it was a catch. But like you said, the ball comes to his hands, he drops it with the contact. So the ball is no longer in his hands, and then the whistle's blown. Now, was the whistle blown a little early? It probably was because the ball hadn't hit the ground yet, but it was blown incomplete because he dropped the ball and it was headed to the ground. It's bang, bang, it's fast. You got a chance to slow it down, but at the end of the day, this was not a catch. And they argued that it should have been a catch because they said, you know, if you blew the whistle, you blew it because the play was over, but he never caught the ball. So was it blown early before it hit the ground? Yes. But was it blown for a catch? No, it wasn't. Did I explain it right? Did you got me? Because the refs got killed on this play.
But if you look at it as plain as day, you hear the sound, you hear where the whistle is blown, and you see where the ball is when the whistle's blown dead. So because the play is blown dead with the ball not in anybody's possession, the play is incomplete.
Fourth down, Steph throws around from the back and end zone. The ball is tipped, knocked away, turnover on downs. Raiders are able to make another stop. Great defense by them.
And this is unfortunate because Marquise is known to drop certain passes like this. Regardless of what you argue about the call, a lot of his team members know, a lot of his teammates know that he has trouble holding on.
He can't catch. He's a great defender, but that's why he can't play offense because he can't catch.
And I think that play right there is what killed their drive because they would have probably been on the 3-yard line and with position to score in the next play. Because that drop happened, it leads to a turnover right there.
Second down, JJ throws come on the gap for a decent game. Third down, JJ throws a wheel, cutting on the sideline, runs for a nice game, picking up the first down. Last down, JJ's blitzed by Kaz, rolls right, throws a wheel, cutting in the front of the end zone. That's going to be dropped. Turnover on down. Will has to make this catch. He's one of the best players on the field. This is a rookie trying to kill. Big drop by him there. Steph with 3 passes for a nice game, getting him the first down. Last play of the game, Steph throws it up, picked off by Will, so he makes up for the touchdown drop by getting an interception. 13-0. Raiders come away with the win.
And this game looked a lot worse than it actually was. This game was a lot closer than it actually looks like on paper. Because you take away that one touchdown that was given away by Ralph, this was a 7-0 game. But the fact that Team X was not able to score 0 touchdowns in any of these games, that's why they lost both of these games. They were not able to score. Their offense looked pathetic out there. That's why they lost. They had a chance to win the game against Carver. They couldn't score points. They lost 6-0. Then they lead into this game where they only gave 7 points and a half, their defense, and they couldn't score. They lose this game 13-0. They had opportunity on that last drive. Marquise drops the pass. So this is just their offense looking pathetic in every way you look at it. Steph tried to make something happen, especially on the last drive, but I think it was too little too late. I think they need some soul searching on this offense right now to figure out what type of offense are they going to play. What quarterback are they going to have? And are these guys going to play hard and hold the ball for these catches? Because they dropped a lot of passes in both of these games. They need these games. They should be playing a lot better than this on offense. But unfortunately, they're not. And that's why they lose 2 games in a row in one day.
I want to show you something. This is what I'm going to give you as far as the quarterbacks. This game, these last 2 games, they were 0-4. 0-11. They had the ball 11 times in both games. 0-11. They threw 4 interceptions, 2 games. Now I want to show you these numbers. This team has went through 4 quarterbacks. You're going to have Dre, one touchdown, 1 interception. Hood, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Semi, no touchdown, 2 interceptions. And Steph, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. This team has 5 touchdown passes to 11 interceptions. As a team. 5 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. My only issue is, Semi played the first game terrible. Played this up to the second half Still terrible. But you only gave Hood one game. Hood showed he's better than all these quarterbacks, with given his reputation. But I say you got to go with Steph. But Steph leads the team in interceptions with 5.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you going to do? This team is clearly struggling offensively. My gripe is not only with the team. My gripe is a player like J. Will, one of the most talented players I've seen in the NFL. In touch football. Guy falls out the bed with talent. Like I said, he wakes up with talent. He brushes his teeth with talent. He goes to work with talent. He just doesn't bring that intensity on the field. And it's crazy because I've seen him play in pads, and he has intensity. He plays quarterback position. But as far as in the touch game, he never brings that intensity that we all desperately want.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be like Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
You see how Thanos is the type of player, villain. He didn't care. Mm-hmm. You know, you got Captain America. You had Black Panther, who movie made billions of dollars.
Okay.
Thanos didn't look like he cared. He still Thanos'd him.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America, Iron Man, another top Marvel character. He Thanos'd him. Spider-Man was what, 15 years old? He Thanos'd him. My bottom line is, J. Will needs to be Thanos. He needs to dominate. And we have not seen that in his UFL debut. He did not become Thanos, which is what we all expected him to be. And I think that's a major letdown to not only Team X, but to the UFL organization, brand, league, whatever you want to say.
You know what I'm thinking about right now? It seems like you are such a Marvel fan that you had to bring up a reference. You know, a Marvel movie fan anyway, but what does that have to do with what we're talking about?
I just told you.
You just made up a phrase that he Thanos'd him? Like,
listen, you know what Thanos means. You seen it, if you can see here, this is the Thanos. That's what Jay Will's supposed to do in the football field. We've seen glimpses of it, but we have not seen consistency of it. The difference is we've seen players that we say they got to play consistent. They just don't. Jay Will doesn't seem like he's passionate enough. If this guy changes his game and bring some of the same aggressiveness we've seen him bring in pads, he will become that Thanos. But we haven't seen it, unfortunately, and that's why this team's struggling. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't help that Tim, who's been their best player this year, wasn't here. They've struggled in the quarterbacking position. But at the end of the day, sometimes Jay Will got to say, yo, it's me against this guy, one-on-one, throw it up, I'm going to come down with the play. All right, we're going to wrap this game up. Raiders coming off with the win, 2. Team X, 13-0. We're going to be right back. We'll talk. Last game, IOD versus the Raiders. Raiders are coming in with that win over Team X that they just had. IOD, the defending UFL champions, coming off a win off of Rep City. IOD is beating every team in their division. As of now. They still got to play the Browns. But they've beaten everybody in their division, and this team is mean business. It's funny how you have a defending champ kind of going under the radar. Everybody got caught up in Team X and talking about Carver, YMM, 99. IOD's been undefeated, similar to Carver. Definitely, good team, back to defending title. And Brandon has jumped out the gym, played his best season so far this season, especially offensively.
And the thing about it is there's always that one person that helps carry the team for this IOD team throughout the years. I remember when Adi first stepped on the scene with this IOD team, it was Eddie who was scoring 6-7 touchdowns in that season. Then it was Slasher doing his thing, winning quarterback of the year.
Well, offensive player.
Winning offensive player of the year. And now we have Brandon playing out of his mind on offense. I believe he has 6 touchdowns right now, entering in this game. So he's been their offensive engine throughout the season, and everybody else have been following suit. Adi's been playing very well in the season too. some satisfactory numbers. Again, Adi, like you said, when you interviewed Adi, he said that they're a team that doesn't necessarily like to talk smack or whatever. If it's on the field, they keep it on the field, and then they keep it moving for the next game. I think that that's a winning formula. Less distractions. They just go out and play the team in front of them and move on to the next game, and it's been working.
And the Raiders just beat Team X, and they need this game because they're trying to bring it to the last week to try to make the number 2 seed. They have an opportunity, but they have to beat the defending champions in order to get it. We're going to have to see what happens. We're going to jump right into the game. Second half, they get in the first. Adi with blocker from Slasher throws a guy in the gap. Got it with a good catch for a nice game. During the free play, Adi rolls right, throws a buck, cutting in the back of the end zone. Put a touchdown, offsides on the giver. That's the climb, 6-0 IOD.
And they start off early, and now you see more and more of Buck getting into the game. Adi's getting, as Buck shows a resurgence from last year, getting into the game. Adi's using him as another target out there to score points. Some good protection out there. Adi looks comfortable in the pocket, and that's the way to start early.
Second down, after getting the first, JJ's blitzed by Chad. Throws deep to Will in the gap. Short, picked off by Gotti, who pitches it to Brandon, getting him to the 40-yard line. If you look here, Brian opened the middle. JJ missed him. Gotti made him pick. Good pick.
Regardless of what, JJ can't miss these open receivers here. He took a risk here, misses a receiver, goes downfield to a guy who's covered. And Gotti, who's been playing great defense this year, yet another reason why they're playing so well.
Third down, Adi pumps and throws the buck, cutting in the gap, who runs on the sideline all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. Brian slows down on the pump fake. Buck gets past him, 12-0 IOD.
And what a terrific pump this was
One
right
of the
here.
best in the game. He's
Yes.
a bad man.
And the thing about it is the pump is so good that Brian bites and he steps up for this play. By the time he slows down following Adi's pump, Buck is taking off right on the sideline, and Adi's able to hit him. Nobody's able to catch Buck once he runs, and that's all the way for a score.
After getting the first down, JJ throws the draw in the gap and runs for a nice game. Third down, JJ's blitzed by Gotti, picked up by Joel. JJ throws to Brian near the sideline for a decent game, getting him to the 3-yard line. Fourth down, JJ on forward rush, rolls right, throws the elbow in the back of the end zone, low, but caught by elbow for the touchdown. Will gets the extra point. 12-7, Raiders creeping back in.
And this is a close play right here. If you look at this pass right here, it's low. IOD was arguing that this was a drop pass, but if you look, it looks like he gets his hand under it. And you don't really see a part of the ball get touch the ground. So the refs call it a catch, so the rule stands on the field, it's a touchdown.
IOD gets past the 50 for a 4-and-out on the kickoff. Adi throws a Gotti in the middle for a decent game. Second down, Adi on forward scrambles, throws a scrambles and JJ pushes Gotti back. Adi throws a Gotti, but incomplete. Try to say that fast. Third down, Adi gets blitzed by Joel, scrambles, throws deep to PJ in the back of the end zone. Ball is tip, picked off by Will, giving it back to the Raiders. And this kid, Will, is a beast, animal, monster, devil worshiper. Something evil is in this kid's game. I like his style. He's a bad guy. Put it like that, bottom line.
Yeah, I don't get where you were going with the whole devil worshiper.
Any type of evil
And
villain.
you're saying, but look at what you just said. This is a church league we're talking about. You're talking about some evils in him. I like it. What? You should be fired right now.
Good evil. You say that like
There's
like,
no such.
like a Westbrook type of angry play. Say it like that.
Okay, angry
Rephrase
is
it.
fine. Okay, yeah, that's emotion. But you're talking about evil and you like it. You should be fired. Don't let Tim hear that. That's all I'm saying. But don't let Tim, the commissioner, hear that. At least we're just analysts out here.
Right.
So, whatever we say doesn't affect what goes on in the field. But that's Will playing, like you said, the phrase is out of his mind because he's doing it on both sides. Nobody's able to stop him. Some terrific play from Will this season.
Raiders can't score before the half. Takes into the half. 12-7 IOD.
And IOD started off great in the first half, with the first 2 touchdowns in a row. You don't want to start slipping up by letting them come back in the second half. You started off strong in the first half. You need to start off strong again in the second half and hold on defense, and I think that they could come away with a win. Raiders are hungry for this win, but IOD should show them that they mean business and they're trying to take this win anyway.
If I'm the Raiders, we're playing the defending champs, and it's 12-7. We picked off one of the best quarterbacks in the league. We're right where we want to be. We can beat this team, and we can make a statement to the league if we can give this team their first loss. Every team in the East except the Browns have played this team and lost. It's our chance to show we can get a win on this West Side. We're going to jump right to the second half. Second down, JJ splits by Slasher, but gets just past him. JJ throws deep to Will, one-on-one with Brandon. Will with the one-handed catch over Brandon, runs it in for the touchdown. Brian gets the extra point, 14-12, Raiders.
And
Or should I say, the Raiders.
That has to be probably one of the best one-handed catches I've ever seen in this league so far. He just goes up and snatches that ball from Brandon. Brandon has no time to react by the time the ball gets there. And then there's no reaction as Will runs right into the end zone. Seems like everybody was so shocked that he grabbed it that nobody was able to react and tag him
But you know
by the
why?
time he runs in.
You know why?
Why?
Because they know this is going to happen.
You got Moss.
Because he definitely got mossed with that one-hand catch.
I mean, there should be something even worse than that to say. But there's nothing worse than you got Moss. That's why we would be here. But that was a great catch by Will. Yet another great player for him in this game.
What a great rookie. After getting the first down, Adi with 2 passes in the gap for a nice game, getting him to the 7-yard line. Third and goal, Adi finds PJ in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Eddie gets the 2-point conversion, and the defending champs strike right back.
This is them not getting rattled by that last play. They stay collected. He connects downfield with his offense, driving down to the score. And they mean business, like I said in the first half, and it doesn't look like they're slowing down anytime soon.
JJ gets blitzed by Gotti. Blocked by Jerome. JJ throws elbow in the gap and runs for a decent game, picking up the first. JJ then runs on the sideline for a decent game. Third down, JJ throws the Will short in the gap, who runs it, extends the ball in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Will lines up near the blocker, nobody picks him up. Simon gets the extra point, 21-20, Raiders takes it back.
This is some excellent play calling by the Raiders right here. If you look, it looks like Will is staying to block. He's done that every now and then in a few games, so it seems like you're not paying attention to him coming out. But if you look, he runs right through the middle. Nobody sees him. By the time they see him, it's too late, and Will is already fast enough to extend the ball in front of the end zone. Great play calling, great play execution by this Raiders team to put up another touchdown there.
Second out, Adi with blocking from Slasher, throws the Chad on the sideline. Brian misses Chad. Chad runs in the middle for a nice game, picking up the first down. Brian believes he tags him. What do you say to play?
I think that it's too close to call. Chad gets past him on this play. Like I said, these plays can go either way, but that's unfortunate. You played to the whistle. Chad gets some yardage after the catch right there, and that's some big gain for IOD.
Second down, Adi on 4 rush runs in the gap for a decent game. Third down, Adi pump fakes to Chad in the back of the end zone. Spud gets caught on the pump. Adi finds Chad in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 26-21, IOD.
It's crazy how this team is able to stay focused regardless of what's happening on this Raiders team, with this Raiders offense. Adi yet again put up points. It seems like their defense is not performing the way they're supposed to, but you can't put that on offense because Adi and this offense is running rampant. They're getting downfield easily, and they're able to keep scoring points. They got to hold on defense for Adi. Everything that he's doing right.
This is a heavyweight fight. IOD goes for the 2-point conversion, but they missed the 2-point conversion. They're up 26-21. With 5 seconds left, JJ throws short to Simon in the gap. PJ tags him as he passes the 50-yard line, stopping the clock at the first down. That hurts, because if you listen to the countdown, If PJ does not tag him, what happens?
That's game over because the time runs off.
So they gave him one more shot. Last play of the game, JJ with 2 blockers, throws it up. Will goes upstairs around all the defenders with the catch, winning the game, walk-off fashion. Raiders beat the defending champs, the former undefeated champs, now get their first loss, 27-21, Raiders.
That's probably the greatest You Got Moss play of the year.
And we can say everybody, all of y'all guys, even the guys on his team,
You got Moss.
everybody got Moss.
Yes. Listen, the
Moss.
guys on the sideline got Moss.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody, Adi got Moss.
got Moss.
We go around. Keep showing it. Everybody got Moss. You saw it, Ghost put on the sideline got Moss. The guys on the field got Moss. All the refs got Moss. Adi's offense got Moss. the IOD team all got Moss on this game walk-off winner.
And that is ridiculous because I've never seen someone jump that much, get on the ladder that much over so many guys and just go and snatches it. And look at this play. Look how much confidence this Raiders team has in Will.
Listen to this. Listen.
Oh, Will, make it happen, Will.
Wow. Now slow it down, and it's even funny in slow-mo.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Oh, Will, make it happen, Will.
It's funny because it's slowed down, but the words do not change. They're already saying Will make something happen, which shows that they knew that Will had the opportunity to get some, and that's exactly what happens for them to win the game. What a way to beat the undefeated IOD team in a spectacular fashion.
And this is amazing. First of all, let me talk about ILD. ILD loses this game. First loss of the season. Ali put up 26 points. Now you got a few of their players said that ILD is not a one-man team practically. You know, because I said this team needs Swiss and Akon. ILD is a team. And I agree with that completely. But this ILD team, and I'll show you right now on the screen. Now, like I said, you have players say that ILD is a team. There's no people that stand out. Everybody plays the same, and I respect that. That's how you're supposed to say. But we're the media. And we did say, I said that they need Swiss and Akon because I think they do. This team gave up 27 points. ILD is the number 2 defense in the league. 27 points you gave up. And with those 27 points, this is the most points you've given up this season. No team in this league has scored more than 16 points on you. And that was YMM. And now you give up double that with no Akon or Swiss.
And 3 of those touchdowns to the same guy.
So you got to say, when I said this team needs them, it wasn't no disrespect. It was proof in the pudding. You gave up 27 points when you didn't have either guy, which is the most you gave up this season. You're the number 2 defense. And JJ was able to score 3. After he threw that first interception, he threw 4 touchdowns after that. 4. He threw 1 interception and then had 4 touchdown passes. Adi threw 4 touchdown passes too. He threw 1 interception. But it's not the offense I was talking about. They need Swiss and Akon defensively.
And the thing about it is, you're not supposed to take offense to, and when people say that you need this person, need that person. Not to say that you're nothing without them. Nobody's saying that. What we're saying is you're a complete championship team in this league when you have them there because they make a big difference, especially on defense. Swiss has been a person that shows that he could put pressure on any quarterback when he rushes in. And then you have Akon that can either protect the quarterback, go out and get some big passes, making big plays on offense, and also blitz the quarterback and put pressure. So all of these guys you missed.
And they missed the animal. Let's call it what it is.
Yes.
The guy's been dominant since he moved to the ball giver position. He even has 2 interceptions this season. The guy's been playing ball. He's been making sacks, knocking him in. His height takes away a lot of the field position.
And if you notice on that last play where they threw it up to Will, if you notice, Lou was put in for this very play. But if you look at him jump, he barely goes up there because he's playing injured. He had an injury last week, and now he's not necessarily fully healthy when he's playing in this game. So that's why he can't go up there. Because normally, he would probably be up there and probably either hit the defender, hit Will, or knock the ball down. He couldn't do either on that play. And that's one of the reasons why they giving up that touchdown.
And on the other side, the Raiders, they've been winning. They won 2 games today. They needed it. Now they take us into the final week. They're all battling for the number 2 seed. And this is totally confusing. Mm-hmm. Right now, they need, if Grind Time wins, I think the Grind Time has Wyman. Grind Time wins, they lock number 2. If Grind Time loses, Grind Time needs Never Scared to beat UTF. If Never Scared beats UTF, it will be a three-way tie between Never Scared, LES, and Grind Time. Because Grind Time beat Never Scared, but Never Scared beat the Raiders, but the Raiders beat Grind Time. So there'll be a three-way tie. Then they'll go to defense. Whoever gave up the least amount of points. So they wanted to come to that. So Grind Time have two ways to get out, but they got to beat YMM. If they could beat YMM, they lock the number 2 seed. But if Grind Time loses and Never Scared loses, then the Raiders lock the number 2 seed in the division and get a bye.
And the fact that Never Scared is on a 3-game losing streak right now, it's not looking good, for whoever's looking for Never Scared to come away with a win.
But they got UTF, who's a terrible defense.
Yes, so it can go either way. And UTF also fighting to end the season on a positive note. So that's going to be a game that can make it good, that can go either way. But Grind Time, the only definitive thing for them is winning the game that's in front of them.
We're going to wrap it up. We'll give you the matchups next week because you got YMM facing 99, and YMM facing Grind Time, and I think 99 has Horrible Humans, and they're both battling for the number 2 seed in the East. YMM needs to win, and they need 99 to lose because 99 beat them in the season.
Yes.
So everything can change, and there's a lot of other things, a lot of other ways teams can change. We'll have everything. We'll talk to you after the games next week. We'll give you the matchups of the playoffs, everything. But it's interesting. All the games are important. Awards are important right now. You got the award. When we end the season this week, we'll give you who's up there for what awards, and then you'll see who has an opportunity to win.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap this up. But real quick, we're going to show you some clips of the Kids' Day, the EHS opening day for Flag. As you can see here, some video. You can also go to EHS page or Skip Catcher's page to see more. And I think it was a great turnout. All the guys took it serious, and I think the parents took it a little more serious than the kids.
Of course, when you have parents out there, they're going to be competitive for their kids. Sometimes they become the biggest fans out there, so they take everything serious to the point where sometimes the parents will be the ones arguing with the refs when they miss a call or whatever. But it's exciting to know that the parents get to see their kids doing something positive and competing out there against other kids. So it's a thrilling thing to have because it's something that not a lot of adults now had when they were kids. So it's good to see other kids being able to have that opportunity.
And we're going to wrap this one up. We're going to thank y'all for being with the show. Next week is the last show before we head into the playoffs. I'm excited. Season kind of flew by, and definitely time to wrap it up and get ready to time to wrap it up next week, and then we can check the men from the boys coming in the playoffs. We're going to talk to y'all next week. Another episode of Real Tough Talk. I'm Stephen J. My partner Ghost. We out of here. We'll see y'all guys next week. Now wrap the table up. Let me do the thing. That's Mom.